So, Monroe, think about this for a moment.
Yes.
As bad as EpsteinGate is right now for Donald Trump,
Yes.
it would only get worse if he pardoned Maxwell. And the notion that he's reaching out, he's having his flunky from the FBI go meet with her. Yeah. He's having his former criminal defense lawyer, #2 man at the Justice Department, say nice things about her. Yeah. He's having her lawyer say nice things about him. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, from the lawyer for Maxwell, we are grateful to President Trump for his commitment to uncovering the truth in this case. That sounds like something Blago would say. I mean, that's how absurd what he's saying is. If he pardons her, it would be hard for anyone in MAGA, except for the real hardcore cultists. And so I would say they're 90% of the 40%. It would be suddenly, as soon as I said, they go, no, they'll follow him off a cliff, Benny. So it'd be really hard for him pardoning Maxwell. Impeached. I mean, how would like Marjorie Taylor Greene handle it? You know, and how would like one of these hardcore MAGA types who've been pounding the Epstein drum forever handle this? Go ahead.
Don't forget QAnon.
Yeah, QAnon. The whole thing is about child pornography. And
with Hillary and Obama and the Democrats were doing it back then. Now, lo and behold, you discover that Trump may have had a hand in it, so to speak. And some are upset, some are trying to cover it up. Like Johnson, Speaker Johnson is trying to protect Trump as much as possible. But the whack jobs are really this Epstein is their holy grail. They've been in pursuit of it for 5 or 6 years now, and they're on the verge of getting their hands on it. And Trump is saying, "Look over there, look over here, don't look here."
Well, I'll tell you what. Wait, this would be so okay. We're going to get to this. The Trump distractions. All right, having Tulsi Gabbard release her charges against Obama. Yeah. So we'll get to that. Look over here and releasing the Martin Luther King files.
Yeah, right.
What a cynical move that is, man. What a cynical freaking move that is. God, if you know anything about what the FBI was doing to them, how they harassed Martin Luther King for the entirety of his adult life. And to somehow or other, they're trying to like equate Martin Luther King with Jeffrey Epstein in the public's mind. That's a pretty cynical move. But Monroe, those are distractions from EpsteinGate. If you pardon Maxwell, that's not a distraction from EpsteinGate. That's a prolongation of EpsteinGate. That's a magnification of EpsteinGate. You'll follow me? That's the ultimate EpsteinGate move, to pardon her. Even I am flabbergasted at this. That Trump would even allow this
after she tells her tales.
Yes.
I.e. lies about who's innocent and who's guilty. Trump will spin that, and some of his acolytes will spin it to where she too is a victim and therefore deserving of a pardon. She didn't know the girls were 14 either.
Wow. If you don't,
I don't know what, it's so ridiculous. The fact that it's where it is, with him sending the #2 guy in the FBI, his former lawyer, personal lawyer, to go talk to her when everything that needs to be said has already been said and published.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, and by the way, and he fired Maureen Comey, who was the prosecutor the Justice Department prosecutor, one of the prosecutors in the
Right.
Epstein case, and James Comey's daughter. So fire Comey, send this flunky from the FBI to meet with Maxwell.
Yeah.
And play footsie with her lawyers.
Right. Yeah.
So you agree with the what we're going to call it, the Girardi theory, that this is all the first step toward a pardon. You agree with that?
Oh yeah. I was on vacation from this show. I've been saying it already. So I sort of think of it as the Monroe theory.
Okay. Sorry, Mike. Monroe claims it. All right. Well, but do you stand by it? Like,
it's solid. It's solid.
It's solid.
Obvious. That's what's going on. Wow, why? What are they going to talk to her about? What can she add to the story that would be in Trump's favor? She can. If she and the walls talked, it would be a great tale, but it would not make Trump happy.
No, no, it wouldn't make. I have no idea the extent of what Trump did with Jeffrey Epstein on the plane and the mansions, et cetera, and so forth. I do not know that.
14-year-old, the woman who was 14.
Yes.
When she was naming her experience, that's when she met Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, and Trump looked at her, started eyeing her. And Epstein said to her, "This one's not for you." And told her that she was 14.
Yeah, where's that from? That anecdote.
I've consumed so much of this.
It's hard to remember. The point I'm making is that,
but it was it was a reliable source.
We're going to come back to Tulsi Gabbard. So here's the deal about me. I've been a working journalist for my whole adult life, and I'm from an old school. John McDermott, may he rest in peace. You establish the truth as close as you can come to it.
Yeah.
So just because someone makes an accusation, I don't just automatically buy it.
Was the woman who was raped.
I understand. I need to. I'm always looking for. Okay, let's get this out. Let's get as much on the record as we can to establish what Donald Trump did and when did he do it, if he did anything at all, in regards to underage girls with Jeffrey Epstein. So let's do the investigation. You got some
right. Well,
but this is the exact opposite. If what you and Girardi are saying is true, they're setting her up. They're offering her freedom in exchange for her to get up and say any old BS to get Donnie off the hook.
Right. Yeah, that's common sense. I mean, why? Okay, let's do it this way. Let's do it in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he going to talk to her when she was investigated and all up and down, around and around, because they've been trying to pin all this on the Democrats unsuccessfully. So why is he going to see her, and what can she contribute?
Well, okay, so this is very important to establish this. This is Monroe and I having a conversation, and Michael Girardi and I having a conversation in ignorance. We don't know this gentleman. We don't know Maxwell. We don't know the lawyer. We've never talked to any of them. This is conjecture. Okay, so it's very important. So you answer your own question. In your humble opinion, what can he get from her? Why is he meeting with her?
He's meeting with her so that she can tell him that Trump wasn't involved, and they had a few drinks, they had a few laughs, and that was it. But Trump had nothing to do with it, knew nothing about it, and that Epstein and her I think she's going to have to try to clean herself up a bit. I don't know how she's going to do that. But anyway, when they finish with it, Trump is innocent. He would never grab her by her. He'd never grab a 14-year-old by their pussy. And he'd never, ever be fooling around with a bunch of women on a boat, on an island, a private island. And most important is that Trump is a man of honor. And he's a good Christian man, a man of honor. And when they were doing all this stuff, he was reading his Bible.
So
upside down.
Upside down, right? Upside down. Your favorite passage of the Bible, President Trump? I like them all. I don't know. I like them all. And remember that
Corinthians. I think
Corinthians. So, in your humble opinion, before I go further into this, in your humble opinion, we're right here. You're as old as I am. You've been around as long as I am. You've been in journalism for as long as I have. Which administration was more corrupt? The Daley administration that ruled in Chicago for over 20 years, heck of a job, voters, or Donald Trump's administration?
Trump.
I hate to say it, Daley, but I think Monroe's right. You guys tried. You really tried. I mean, you came up with the TIF program. That was a freaking lie and con job. Yeah, and you got the dummies in Chicago to fall for it, which is not that hard because, they're not the brightest bulbs. But I think Trump's, I think you're right. Wow, this. So we'll be watching this. Maybe nothing will come of this, but I know 3 people in America will be watching this: me, Monroe, and Michael Girardi. All right, we'll be watching this. All right, let's move on to this other topic. This is something Monroe said to me last week. So last week I was obsessed with this. What was it? Michelle Goldberg calls cognitive dissonance. God, I was like, damn, I wish I had thought of that. Cognitive dissonance of MAGA voters, where they're obsessed every much as I am about EpsteinGate and the fact that Jeffry Epstein was maybe procuring young girls for very powerful, rich people, and they got away with it because he was able to blackmail people. Okay, and they're just like, that really angers them and upsets them, as it does me. But at the same time, they worship with a cult-like adoration a President Donald Trump who was hanging with Epstein. And so how can they do that? How can they have the ability to hate what Epstein was doing, but love a man he was perhaps doing it with? So I've mentioned this to many people, and people are stumbling over various answers. None of them are very good until the pride and joy of Gary, Indiana, Monroe Anderson, last week told me, and I'm repeating what you said as a paraphrase because I can't remember. And he goes, Ben, they don't know because all they do is watch Fox, and Fox doesn't tell them. They're so clueless. Anyway, Monroe, go at greater length in your theory about the cognitive dissonance of MAGA voters. Go ahead.
They're in a hermetic bubble. That's what I said.
Yeah, they're hermetic.
Right. Their entire world, they're sealed off to reality. And I speak this from years of fighting with Trump nuts. On Facebook, I have a nephew who's a Trump nut. And in my fights with them, they repeat all these lines that Fox has put out, and they don't know the other. And when they're presented with it, what they'll say is, "Oh, the New York Times? Ha! Well, that's funny. The New York Times? I'm supposed to believe the New York Times?" And I point out to them that most people think of the New York Times as America's newspaper of record. And they say, no, that's just liberal nonsense. And, say something from the Washington Post. The Washington Post, if it's not Fox or Newsmax, they don't believe it.
Well, so that's an incredible, staggering amount of ignorance.
Yeah, there was a study, I think this was 8 or 9 years ago, a study that was done that reported that people who watched Fox were less informed than people who watched nothing at all.
Yeah.
Because Fox was giving them a steady diet of lies.
Yeah. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're recording this on Wednesday, the 23rd, and it probably won't be dropped till sometime next week. So I say all this because news on this matter is breaking all the time.